Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the month of September 2020. This is a general reading, and be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more well-rounded perspective. And as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more individualized to your personal situation, feel free to check out the link box below for that information. All right, let's go ahead and begin. We are starting out with the Emperor. So I feel like you're coming into the month of September, or you've already experienced the month of September with a bit of a sense of a struggle with that confidence, a little bit of an internal battle we have experienced here, a little bit of maybe some shadow aspects of yourself that you're struggling with as far as being able to feel you can step into your confidence, being able to step into the whole of what you feel is you deserve and what you desire in this life, and at least in this particular situation that you're going through right now. So there's a struggle, and it feels very much internal. There could be some external things that are happening that's kind of bringing up some shadow of yourself, but it's really kind of making you face how you feel about yourself and your level of confidence, and questioning maybe that juxtaposition of confidence versus arrogance. And I feel like there's a bit of a struggle in feeling like sometimes maybe you come off arrogant and you're not quite sure if maybe you're just coming to that assumption, or is it true? Are you actually coming across arrogant? So this is really sort of making you have to do a little bit of a deeper internal study about yourself, making sure that you are actually coming across as you want to come across, making sure that your strength comes across as strength and not just some sort of ego that people might become feeling like you're being abrasive, because that's not your intention whatsoever. So this is what I feel like you're coming in as you are leaving the month of August and entering into the month of September. And I feel like this internal battle, this struggle with trying to define these aspects of yourself and trying to understand how they can be your strengths, and really recognizing how this makes you as a whole person, and how you can take this as you step forward to actually boost your confidence and give you rights to that positive aspect of ego, the part of you that you want to be able to pat yourself on your back because you have done good and well in some of the things that you have done. And so you have actually earned that little bit of pride that comes when you have met these accomplishments. But I feel like this little bit of a battle regarding this shadow aspect of yourself and really trying to come to terms with it and define it is taking up a good bit of the first week. And some of that may kind of bleed in, but it will begin to dissipate as you move into the second week of September. As you come to terms with, you better define this, and you recognize the aspects that you need to let go so that you can continue to be strong as you move forward. So that you figure out ways that you can really and better embrace these shadow aspects as strengths and not just completely dismiss them as you move forward through the month of September. What you're facing, we have 10 of Swords. So there's definitely a releasing. I feel that this really ties into that Emperor card that I was talking about. So this aspect of releasing that I'm discussing, it really feels it is coming to terms again with that shadow aspect of yourself, and then really recognizing the parts of it that adds to your strength of character, your strength of who you are, but also recognizing the aspects of it that maybe is not being perfectly or better positively representative of who you are, and how you need to be able to cut that aspect of yourself away and release that aspect of yourself so that you can embrace the aspects that you perceive of yourself to the point that other people see them as well, and not so much get focused on the shadow aspects of yourself. So definitely a release. This is something that's going to be happening as this energy of the Emperor and the shadow of the Emperor begins to dissipate and dissolve a little bit, or become diluted. Dissipate's probably the better word there. As that aspect of yourself dissipates more and more into the middle of September, there's an active release, and you can actually help this along with work. If you are into doing shadow work or ritualistic work, there might be some actual workings or rituals or ceremonies that you can do to help yourself in the process of releasing the aspects of yourself that you need to. But there's definitely an overall sense of shifts as far as how you view yourself, how you view people view you, and how you can come to terms or release those aspects as in their relationship to each other. As you move towards the end of the month, we have the Seven of Cups, and I feel that this is just letting you know that there are ways for you to be able to come not only to terms with whatever it is that you're going through, but also being able to create harmony in the process so that you are able to reflect on memories of yourself, situations and experience, and be able to see them with more kind eyes and more loving perspective. So it's a bit of a little self-love act that's going to be happening in this month. So that shadow aspect, the releasing of shadow aspect, really come to terms with those shadows parts of yourself so that you recognize what you need to embrace to make you stronger and what you need to maybe release again to make yourself stronger. But then do it in such a way that by the time you get through this process, whatever it is, and you move towards the end of September, ultimately you're going to be able to reflect on not only the experience of this process, but also reflect on aspects of your younger self, younger version. When you think about it, you're going to be able to reflect on that from a position of feeling at peace, not only with the process, but feeling at peace with who you were then, and really coming to terms from a harmonious light as far as how you perceive yourself. Again, just really that aspect of being able to view yourself from a position of self-love, self-acceptance. So this is the overall theme. I do feel like the final card for this is fear, and I feel like there's definitely going to be quite a bit of that as you are facing the shadow aspects of yourself and recognizing how much there have been experiences that you may have reacted or responded from a position of fear. And then also I feel that there's also a bit of a fear regarding, is this shift that you're looking at and possibly going to be partaking in, is it going to change you in ways that you don't want to be changed? So there's definitely a lot of fear, past and present, that I feel that this whole entire process is going to be bringing on, or maybe you are even facing right now, that is kind of holding you back from going through with this, or from really holding you back from really looking at your shadows. But overall, I do feel that there is an overall sense of fear and potential foreboding as a result of it. Just know that if you approach this from the right perspective and you do it with the right tools and you take it with the right approach, you do have the opportunity with the Six of Cups here, ending it with coming to terms with everything from a very harmonious perspective. So there's no reason to feed into that fear. But if you are going through this and you do recognize that this is a overall battle, like this is the fear aspect kind of is surrounding the entire experience as a whole, there are things that you can do as far as working with your ancestors, working with your guides, potentially working with divination for yourself, or other means that help you through this process so that you can also face the fear as you're moving through this, or work with the fear as a guide to move through this. But that's something that you're going to have to work out on your own. But this is just sort of a cautionary message regarding the whole entire process. Fear is definitely going to be something you're going to be facing quite a bit as you move through this. This is very much a self-reflective shadow work experience overall. And I think ultimately the biggest message I want to make sure that I end on is the fact that the Six of Cups is really letting me know that despite whatever it is that you're going to experience, if you go through it with the right approach and with the right help as you move through it, you do have the opportunity to be ending the month with a positive self-love, self-acceptance, and being able to reflect with self-love, self-acceptance, and an overall energy of healing as you get through the end of it. All right, Aries, that is all I have for you for this month. I hope this reading has been everything that you were hoping for and more. Again, if you'd like something that's a bit more personalized for you and your situation, check out the link box below, and I will see you in the next month.